Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another live update here on Liam's Weather. I am forecaster Liam Kenny, and thank you so much for joining me, taking the time out of your evening to come join me here live on YouTube as we go over yet another risk for severe weather. You know, I've been talking about it all week, or really over the past several weeks, considering it has been non-stop with severe weather. And here we are on the second day in 2022, and here we have yet another chance for severe weather. Honestly, I feel like everybody's getting tired of me talking about this because I've been talking about it so much. But with as many risks as we have, there's no way I cannot tell you about it. So before we go ahead and get started, definitely be sure if you are brand new to the channel to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you always get notified whenever I either post a video or go live. And also be sure it's very, very important that you like the stream because by you liking the stream, it also gets it out to a lot more people on YouTube. And they definitely need to know what is going to be happening over the course of tonight. So please be sure to like the stream if you haven't already. And also, before we go ahead and get started, I want to let you all know that I am monitoring the live chat. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments at all that you would like for me to answer for you, definitely be sure to leave those down in the live chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. Len from the NWS Atlanta commented, winter storm warnings plus advisories are now in effect for portions of North Georgia, and also from northwestern Charleston and West Virginia, winter storm advisories have been upgraded to a winter storm warning for the southern mountains and expanded westward into southern and central lowlands and West Virginia. Thank you for that information. I really do appreciate that. So let's go ahead and take a look at where our severe weather threat is going to be happening over the course of tonight. Anywhere where you see that yellow, that is where our best chance for severe weather is going to be over the course of tonight. That is where we have that best chance for severe weather anywhere in the panhandle of Florida, South and Central Georgia, anywhere really due east of the western portions of South Carolina, we have that chance, and then also a small portion there in southeastern North Carolina. So if you are in any of these areas, please be sure to take all the proper precautions that you can take tonight. If you have a tornado warning, you need to take action immediately. Please be sure you have all the emergency alerts on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. Just please have several different ways to get warnings so that way, God forbid, you are in a severe thunderstorm watch or warning, or even worse, in a tornado watch or warning, you have a way to get notified. Back closer to our local area, here is our risks. Here is the possible risk that we could be looking at over the course of tonight, including wind, damaging winds, tornadoes, and even hail. So I think everybody really gets more scared about tornadoes than they do about wind. We do have about a 2 to 5% chance of seeing a tornado anywhere from Lumberton down towards Florence and also Myrtle Beach. It's not, the risk is not zero, but it is not very high. I know a lot of people, whenever they hear about tornado warnings, they immediately think that a tornado is basically on the ground at the moment. That is not true. A tornado warning means is that we have seen we have seen rotation on the velocity radar, and that could indicate a supercell trying to make a funnel cloud that will eventually reach down to the ground. So, with that being said, if you are in a tornado warning, you need to get to the lowest, most interior room of your building, particularly a bathroom or a closet. Get to the lowest level, put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. So, with that being said, even though the risk is low, you need to be on alert. God forbid there is something. Even if there's not, even if nothing happens tonight, it's always better to be prepared than not be prepared, okay? Excuse me. Now, moving on to damaging wind gusts. We do have about a 5 to 15% chance of damaging wind gusts, once again, anywhere from Lumberton down towards Florence and Myrtle Beach. Obviously, the threat is not zero, but it is not very high. So, just like I said with that tornado chance, you always need to have a plan in place. It's so much better to be prepared and ready for damaging wind gusts than to not be prepared for a damaging wind gust. And thankfully, throughout the course of tonight, we shouldn't see any hail at all within any of these particular systems at all, or cells at all, I should say. So moving right along to the radar, let's take a look at what is currently going on right now in the southeast. Here's our main band that has been bringing us all of the severe action over the course of today, and it is currently in western portions of South Carolina, south, central, and eastern portions of Georgia, and then it's finally starting to make its way out of the panhandle of Florida. I may have to switch over to GR Analyst considering this radar is just so very, very slow. Thankfully, it looks like all of these severe thunderstorm warnings have been expired. There were a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings within these particular cells right here. These are east now of Macon. As far as everybody in northern Georgia, I think if some people that were watching my live stream yesterday, they did ask me about Atlanta. So for those of you who are watching in Atlanta, the threat is over for you. As of right now, we may get another band that may come through and bring us some more rain. But as far as the worst action, that is well to the east of you, and you should be in the clear for now. Taking a look at each individual cell here that is currently affecting the areas in Dublin, Soperton, and Wadley. These are producing extremely heavy rain, and by the looks here on the velocity, they are also producing some very strong wind, and we actually we may now have a tornado warning going in effect because this is a clear area of rotation right in there. So we should be seeing a tornado warning within the next couple of minutes because that is definitely an area of rotation. If you are near Ocelia, Fitzgerald, and Jacksonville in southwestern Georgia, you need to get to the lowest, most interior room as possible. Put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. This is going to be continue to head northeast at about 34 to 50 miles per hour. So if you are in the Jacksonville area, please seek shelter immediately. This is going to be in your area within the next 5 to 10 minutes. And as we work our way northward, we have another area of rotation. Anywhere where you see those greens mixing with the red, that is where our area of rotation is. Our radar site, just to give you a quick look at it, let me zoom out here. So our radar site, my radar is being very, very slow at the moment, and I do apologize for that. Our radar site is right here near Macon. So anywhere where you see the greens, that is winds blowing towards the radar back in this direction. And then wherever you see those reds, that is winds blowing away from it in that direction. So exactly where you see those reds and the green mixing together, let me zoom in a little bit on that. Once again, on this eastern side, you've got winds blowing out of the southwest, blowing northeast. And then on this west side of it, in the red, you've got winds blowing out of the northeast, heading southwest. So right there where the greens and the reds are mixing together, that is where we have possible rotation. I don't know if they're going to issue a tornado warning on this one because it's not very strong. Even though it may look strong, there has to be more winds in between them. And there's not right now. They're kind of more spread out, and that's why there may not be a tornado. But this one to the south, this one definitely looks a lot more well-defined. You've got these lighter greens. Well, let me zoom out here. You've got these lighter greens blowing towards the radar in this direction on the eastern side, and back in the opposite direction there on the western side. So right where that darkish greenish and that gray is mixing with that kind of whitish, bluish, greenish, that's where our area of possible rotation is. Let's go ahead and pull up GR Analyst here. I just got this for Christmas, so I'm still getting used to it, so bear with me for that. But let's go ahead and take a look and see how this looks on a little bit more advanced radar site here. And also you can see here, just as my radar came up, anywhere we see that yellow, that is indicating where the Storm Prediction Center has issued that slight risk for severe weather as of today. Also, you may have noticed that I'm removing a couple of comments down in the live chat. They do look suspicious to me, and that is why I'm removing them. Alrighty, so here is that supercell that I was just telling you about, right near Ocelia. There's the area of rotation right there. You've got these greens and reds blowing towards the radar and back in the other direction. So right there, that is where our area of rotation is. And moving back up to the north and east, we have that other area of rotation. If my radar wants to move, that'd be great. Thank you very much. That other area of rotation is right near McRae. And it's going to be somewhere right in there where the greens are mixing with the red. That is possibly where our area of rotation is. Obviously, you can see it is much more better looking on radar scope than it is on GR Analyst here. And the one way that we can try and see if there's an actual tornado on the ground is by using the correlation coefficient. And what this basically does is it sends out signals and it tries to find anything in the air that is flying that is not meteorological as far as rain goes. So if it finds anything in the atmosphere that is flying in the air, for example, like twigs, dirt, pieces of debris, and everything else like that, it's going to show up in a different color than purple. I know you see all this yellow and stuff right here. That is not really anything. We look for a like a really big area of blue on the correlation coefficient, or just something that really just stands out and outlies everything else. So if we go ahead and take a look here at where our rotation is in regards to on the correlation coefficient, you can see that there is some stuff being picked up, but considering it's all in a straight line here, we can't really say that there is a tornado. So at this point in time, even though this is not an area warned, it may look at, I honestly would probably issue a tornado warning, but thankfully there's no tornado on the ground right now. Change up your mobile device. Power outages happen without warning. Charge up your mobile devices. Power outages happen without warning, and a device with no power is useless when most needed. Yes, that is very good advice. Please be sure that if you are in that slight risk that you do have your iPad, your iPhone, your flip phone if you have one, any other device that you may use to get warnings, please be sure that it is on the charger at this moment in time, so that way, God forbid, there is a warning that you know how to get it. Call ahead or check the websites of airline, businesses, or Amtrak for travel status during severe weather. Trips may be delayed or canceled. Yes, very good information. I do apologize, and I do appreciate that. And then as we head back down to our other area of rotation, it's going to be anywhere right in here. It does look like the correlation coefficient is picking up a little bit of stuff, but it really isn't well defined, so there's not a tornado. What this may be picking up is just a lot of dirt, and possibly maybe some extremely heavy rain that's picking it up. This is definitely not debris, but it's definitely something that's not of the ordinary. So once again, even though this is not a tornado warned storm, you need to be, if you are in this area, please be sure you are taking shelter immediately. I'll go ahead and play this back so that way you can see which direction this is exactly moving. So this is heading directly, it looks like, either right over the Jacksonville area or just to the south and east of the Jacksonville area. So please, 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 if you are in the Jacksonville area in southwestern Georgia, please be sure you're watching this cell very, very closely. Even though it is not a tornado warned cell at this moment in time, it looks very, very impressive on the radar. So please, please, please take this very, very seriously. This is a very strong and dangerous storm with very heavy winds. And speaking of heavy winds, let's go ahead and take a look and see how strong the winds are. So we are easily seeing winds upwards of 50 to 60 miles per hour, which is not good. Hey Madison, so if I'm on the road back to Myrtle and in Georgia right now, I'm traveling with the storm. You most likely are, Madison. Where exactly in Georgia are you right now? Let me know. So going back to how strong the winds are with this particular area of rotation down here, the strongest I'm seeing right now is 56 or 7 miles per hour. So on this eastern side of this system, we have, or cell, I should say, we have winds easily over 50 miles per hour, which is a high-grade tropical storm force. Hard freeze warning is in effect tonight for most counties north of I-10, while a freeze warning is in effect for the remaining southern counties. So going back over to the models here, let's go ahead and I want to show you how this plays out over the next, I would say, 35, maybe to 48 hours or so. Madison, Norwood area at the moment. Okay. Let's see here. Let me figure out where Norwood is. Okay, so you're going to be in this eastern side. Looks like... You know what? Let me pull up to your analyst. That's a better way. So I can go and take off the radar here. It says you're like right over here. Norwood. Alrighty, so Madison, I know for a fact that you're somewhere in this particular area right there. I'm not exactly sure where exactly you are, because I can't find Norwood. But regardless of that, you're somewhere right in this area, and that's what. Let me put the other radar on. You're right now the worst of the storms is actually well south of you in southeastern Georgia. You're currently in just kind of rain. You may get a little bit more heavy rain with this particular band right here that's south of Thompson. But as far as you getting back to Myrtle Beach, I would definitely be very, very careful because all of these scattered showers and storms right here that you see on the radar near Dublin, Vidalia, and also near Statesboro, these are all going to be heading north-northeast, and it's going to be very hard to get back into the central and coastal counties of South and North Carolina. So you're in the clear for now because you're in this area, but as soon as you get to the southern end of this line, that's when you're going to be in some trouble because I mean you can just see how many lightning strikes there are with this particular system that's right over Swainsboro, and also Sopperton. Hope that answers your question. Special weather statement has been issued for Camellia, Georgia, Pelham, Georgia, Baconton, Georgia, until 7 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight. And from the National Weather Service in Marquette, Michigan, winter storm is brewing for the middle of the week. The whole UP should see at least a few inches of snow. Yes, that is very, very, very true. So thankfully, once again, right now at the moment, we do not have any current severe warnings out. The only, I guess you could say, warning right now is a special marine statement, and that is currently in the Gulf of Mexico, and that is basically indicating right here. I'll pull up the information. We could see wind gusts upwards of 34 knots or higher, and obviously a water spout with this particular line is not out of the question at all either. As you can see right now, there's no signs of rotation. Well, maybe a little bit right in that area right there. But other than that, there's not really any signs of rotation. Just be on the lookout if you live in Panama City Beach, right near Lynn Haven, Laguna Beach, and also St. Rose Beach, and then upwards of Crystal Lake and Fountain. Go ahead and turn on storm tracks here. And also, I know for a fact that we do have a tornado watch that is out right now for many areas. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up here. Get back to that tornado watch. Whoopsies, go back. Okay, this is what I wanted anyways. Alrighty, so here we go. Anywhere you see this red box right here, this does include, let me open this in a new tab so we can zoom in. Zoom out a little bit more. So anywhere in this red box right here, you are in tornado watch. That is valid until 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This does include Brunswick, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, and also let's see here, and also Beaufort, South Carolina. This is all ahead of this line of storms right here that is currently impacting Albany and Macon. These are all going to be heading towards the coastlines of Georgia and also and also the very southern portions there in South Carolina. So that is why they have a tornado watch. And let me explain to you what a tornado watch means again. That means that conditions are favorable for supercells to have rotation in them. And then once again, once you get that warning, that means that we have seen rotation on the radar, just like I was showing you with that cell. Let me get my radar back here. Come on, radar. Move with me. So once again, God forbid there was a tornado warning, I honestly think that it would be either right here. Once again, this is heading for Jacksonville, so if you live in Jacksonville, you need to be in your safe place now. Get to the lowest, most interior room as possible, particularly a bathroom or a closet. Thankfully, it looks like this area that did have some rotation has gotten a lot more spread out and broadened, which is definitely what we want to see. We don't want to see any of these cells having tight rotation. You can see it was definitely a lot more tighter before it went right over McRae, but now it has really dissipated as it went over Alamo. But still, regardless if this is whether this is a tornadic cell or not, it is still producing some strong winds east and around the Alamo area of at least 34 miles per hour, if not higher than that. And then I'm trying to look to see if there's any other cells that kind of stand out to me. Pretty strong winds being recorded currently over near Wadley. Anywhere we see those brighter colors, that is indicating stronger winds on our velocity. So winds in excess of, I would say, at least 30 to 40, maybe 50, if not 60 miles per hour in and around Bartow and Wadley. Weather balloon just launched. The snow is getting closer and closer in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay? So, going away from the radar for just a couple of minutes, let's go ahead and I want to show you how this pans out over the next several days, because not only is this particular storm going to bring heavy rain and also a severe threat, it is going to bring our temperatures way down. This week is going to be nothing but a roller coaster with our temperatures, because as soon as this line of storms comes through, we're going to be seeing a massive drop in our temperature, and then we're going to be seeing the temperature increase again as we get towards Thursday, and then again once we get to Saturday, we're going to see the temperature drop. So we're going to be going down, then back up, and then back down again. So it is going to be an absolute roller coaster with our temperatures. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play this out and show you exactly how this is going to play out. So over the course of tonight, I think we're probably about in and around this time right here. You can just see we've got everything with this particular system. Here's our area of low pressure here over Georgia. We've got widespread scattered showers and thunderstorms anywhere from southeastern Georgia up through central South Carolina, up through North Carolina, and then eventually into South Virginia. And then on the backside of this, I mean, these snowfall totals in central and eastern Tennessee, getting up into West Virginia, and also there in Virginia is going to be extremely impressive. I mean, anywhere where you see these darker blues, we are most likely seeing snowfall rates anywhere from maybe 2 to 3 inches per hour, if not more than that. So this is going to be a very impressive storm on all levels. Once again, you've got heavy rain, severe storms, tornadoes, impressive snowfall totals, and then on top of all that, an extremely high or an extremely big temperature drop. So for those of you who live in South Carolina and are wondering when is the bulk of the action or when is the main event going to be heading into our area, if you live anywhere east of the I-95 corridor, anywhere from Florence back towards Charleston.
Wasn't Mom supposed to be home at 5?
I'm on live right now.
Oh, shit.
Can you call? Why can't you call her?
No, I was just wondering.
I have no idea.
Alright. Hi, YouTube.
I apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. That was my brother. As I was saying, for those of you in South Carolina that are wondering when the main event is going to be coming through, if you live anywhere east of the I-95 corridor from Florence into Conway, down towards Charleston, Pawleys Island, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, and then eventually into places like Wilmington and North Carolina. This is going to be coming in probably as you are going to bed. For those of you who go to bed around 9 or 10 o'clock or so. For those of you who go to bed a little earlier than that, you might be woken up by a couple of strong to severe thunderstorms. For those of you who live along the coastlines, it's really not going to be this band that's going to be mainly affecting you. This is probably going to be staying west of the coastline. But then, as soon as we get into the overnight hours, it's really going to step up, especially along the coastlines, because this area of heavy rain is going to be just about to hit the coast. It's definitely going to be impacting places like Aner, Conway, Myrtle Beach, most likely into Wilmington, and also up into Fayetteville and eastern places in North Carolina. And then as soon as that leading cold front comes through, that's going to be a very dangerous time, especially for people in South Carolina, because we've got all this moisture coming up from the Atlantic Ocean, and along with it, we've got plenty of wind shear in the atmosphere. And what wind shear does with these particular cells or within these particular setups is they create a lot of spin in the atmosphere, and when you get change of wind direction, that creates rotation in the atmosphere, just like what we saw on the radar, and that is when most of the times that is when tornado warnings are issued. And let me just say this: throughout the course of this, this whole entire storm, obviously, yes, the rainfall is going to be excessive, and the severe weather outlook is going to be really, really high. But just look at the snow totals. When I think of Mississippi, when I hear Mississippi and Alabama, I'm usually thinking of states that are being impacted by thunderstorms, hurricanes, tropical activity. Look how heavy this snowfall is going to be in central and northern Alabama. We could be looking at easily upwards of a half a foot, maybe almost a foot of snow in northern Alabama, eastern Tennessee, getting up into eastern Kentucky, all the way up into Virginia and West Virginia. These snowfall totals within this particular system is going to be insane. And this is not going to just be going on for a couple of hours. This is going to be most likely be going on for at least 18 to 24 hours, if not longer than that. So as you can see, finally the snowfall ends in Alabama as you get into tomorrow. It starts there in northwestern Georgia, but look how heavy the snowfall is in the Appalachians of North Carolina, Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia. This is going to be just insane. For snowfall totals. For those of you who are in North Carolina and have been hoping for a good, snowstorm, especially if you live in Virginia, you have it right here, ladies and gentlemen. This snowstorm is going to be impacting so many of us. And let me go ahead and switch over to the totals for the snow totals. Let me get a better one here. Hang on a second. So for those of you who live in the higher elevations there in North Carolina and eastern Tennessee, we could be easily looking at over 4 to 5 inches of snow. Just look at this, though. Into New Jersey, Delaware, and also central portions of Virginia, we're looking at either just under a foot of snow or even a foot of snow, and it is only January 2nd going into January 3rd. Wow. Unbelievable. Jason, I did see your comment. I'll be reading it in just a second. I want to show one more thing here as far as the temperatures go. Just take a look at this, okay? So here's where we are right now. For those of you who have been, just enjoying the last couple of weeks because it has just been so warm with our afternoon highs warming up into the 60s and 70s in most places. Let me tell you right now, as you wake up Tuesday morning, you're going to want to grab that winter jacket because it is going to finally feel like winter. Temperatures like we have been seeing, this is not normal for this time of year. We should be well below where we are right now with afternoon highs in the 50s. So, with that being said, when this system comes through, it is going to bring us average temperatures, okay? So, here we go. Keep a lookout in these areas right here in Mississippi and Alabama and Tennessee for the first part of it because that's when the snowfall is going to start accumulating. Take a look at this. As we just play out just a couple of hours, we're already in the low 30s mostly everywhere, almost into the 20s in there in Tennessee. And take a look up here in the Great Lakes. Anywhere in northern Minnesota and Iowa, the temperature is going to be in the single digits, if not in the negative digits. Holy moly. This is going to be an absolute Arctic plunge with this particular system here. And while many of us in Mississippi and Alabama are seeing that cool down, we are still roasting here in Georgia, Florida, and also South and North Carolina. However, it is all about to change. As we go ahead and play this back, look at that. Let me play that back. Look at that right there. Everywhere except, the only place that may not be affected by this is some places in extreme eastern North Carolina. But other than that, most of us, as we wake up on either as we're going to bed tomorrow night or as we're waking up on Tuesday morning, it is going to be frigid out there, with most of us in South Carolina waking up to temperatures in the 40s, if not 50s. If you live in North Carolina, especially in the higher elevations there, you're going to be in the 20s. Anywhere in the central and eastern portions of the state, you're going to be in the 30s and 40s. Back to the west in Tennessee and Kentucky, you're going to easily be in the 20s with probably wind chills either in the low 20s, if not in the teens. And it is just going to be a frigid morning all across the eastern tier of the United States. And thankfully, if I can pull this up right here, it's not showing me how it's going to go back up. So just know that as soon as we get done with all this cold air, as soon as we get to around Thursday or Friday, it is going to warm back up into the 60s and 70s. But as I said earlier, it's not going to stay long because it will easily go back down into the 30s and 40s or 50s as soon as we get started on the weekend. Okay, Jason commented, new special marine warning with a water spout possible. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that. What did Twitter post on here? Strong thunderstorm still possible overnight. I'll go ahead and show that to you. Let's see here. Nothing major, so that's definitely a good sign here. Let's go ahead and take a look here at our special marine warning and see how that's doing. Jason, to answer your question, I do not see any signs of a water spout, but there could be a couple of water spouts in this area. That's why we do have that special marine warning. So just be on alert. NWS Wilmington, North Carolina, strong thunderstorm still possible overnight. NWS Honolulu, Hawaii, strong thunderstorm crossing Molokai, if I'm saying that right, through 2:30 p.m. Okie dokie. Now, I did just retweet something, so I do want to bring that up here. Let me bring that back out here. Go to my profile. Come on. So this is what the NWS in Wilmington just posted. The outlook for tonight is slight. Anywhere where you see those yellow areas from Bennettsville down towards Marion, Florence, King Street, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, Loris, Conway, Wilmington, Southport, Charlotte, Whiteville, Bergeraw, and also up to Lumberton. You do have a slight chance, and what that means, let me zoom in here just a little bit more so that way you can see it clearly here. Come on. Work with me. This thing just does not want to be cooperative. So if you're in that slight area, that means that some scattered severe storms are possible. They will be short-lived and or widespread, and they could be some isolated intense storms possible in this particular area right here. I gotta zoom back out. And once again, if any of you have any questions that are watching, please feel free to leave us down in the live chat. I'll be more than happy, to answer those right here on the live stream. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention, I'm trying to figure out another live event that I'm going to be doing on my channel. I've already done 2 trivia nights, and I was thinking about doing some sort of bingo night, but I can't really figure out how I would work that out. So if any of you have any ideas about some sort of live fun event that I could do on my channel one night, please feel free to let me know down in the live chat, or you can email me at 621ldk@gmail.com. I would love some ideas because my brain is just, I have no ideas, honestly, if I'm being honest with you. Once again, Madison, if you're still watching, or any of you that is currently in eastern Georgia, near Augusta, you are going to be okay for now if you live really north of this dividing line that I'm currently drawing. If you live, let me zoom back down the radar here. If you live anywhere north of this line right here, you are going to be okay. You're just going to be seeing rain tonight. However, if you live in Savannah, Brunswick, Statesboro, any of these areas that are going to be impacted by this line right here, you need to be on high alert because I've already seen two different areas of rotation on this system. I mean, even though they weren't specifically tornado warned from the National Weather Service, they looked very, very impressive there on the velocity. So please be sure that you are on high alert tonight. As our friend Len has been commenting down in the live chat, please be sure you have all of your mobile devices charged so that way you have several different ways to get warnings. This is probably going to be a nocturnal event considering it is already pitch black out outside. Please be sure that, God forbid, you do get a tornado tonight. Please, 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 I cannot stress this enough. Do not try and go outside and find the tornado. The only way anybody can ever see a tornado at night is if it's accompanied by frequent lightning in the distance. And thankfully, most storms that are severe at nighttime do have quite a bit of lightning, but some storms don't. So please, 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 I cannot stress this enough. If you are in a tornado warning, do not, I repeat, do not try and go outside and see if you can see the tornado. Get in your storm shelter and stay there until either myself, the Weather Channel, or your local authorities or your local news station tells you it's okay to get out. I cannot think of anything worse in a tornado than not being in a shelter and trying to find it at night if it's not accompanied by lightning. I did get a notification 10 minutes ago from my area. Rain will be getting around 6:34, and it is now 6:34 on the dot, actually, for mine. So, the event is just beginning for me. And speaking of Eastern South Carolina in and around my area, let's go ahead and take a look in and around my area and see exactly where the heaviest of the rain is. So right now, in and around northeastern South Carolina, anywhere from Horry County to Georgetown County, Aner, and Florence County, there is nothing severe with any of these cells. It's just a lot of very heavy rain, possibly some damaging wind gusts, but really I don't think you'll be seeing any wind gusts within this particular area. As you can see, there's a couple of different areas, maybe around Florence County, where the winds are maybe around 20 to 30 miles per hour, but towards the coastline from Conway towards Myrtle Beach, towards Litchfield, Georgetown, there's not any strong winds. So as far as all the rain within this particular area goes, it's just going to be heavy rain. The main event shouldn't really come until tonight when we get this leading edge come through, and that's why there is a tornado watch out for portions in southern South Carolina and also there in coastal Georgia for places like Brunswick and Savannah, and then upward towards Statesboro and Orangeburg. Jeez Louise, I'm missing a lot in the live chat. NWS Blacksburg, Virginia, join us over Facebook in a little over 2 hours at 9 p.m. where we will be talking about the incoming snowstorm tonight into Monday. NWS Jackson, Mississippi wintry mix will be possible for areas mostly along north of I-20. Minor snow accumulations are possible in the Golden Triangle area, and also NWS San Angelo, Texas. Another chilly and frosty one tonight with temperatures once again dropping into the upper 10s and low 20s until clear skies. Brr, that is cold. Very, very, very cold. And thankfully, as of right now, we only do have one active severe warning, if you want to say the least, and that is the special marine statement that is currently near Panama City Beach in the Panhandle of Florida. Let's go ahead and take a look and check on this one over here. NWS Key West, Florida. No snow here. Mostly clear, becoming partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the lower 70s. This guy sounds like an actual meteorologist. So the reason why this is warned is because it does look pretty impressive on the radar. There's a lot of lightning currently impacting Lynn Haven, Highland Park, and also Panama City. This is going to be heading towards Mexico Beach Port St. Joe and Apalachicola, and then eventually up towards Crawfordville and Tallahassee. I would say maybe within the next 25, 35 to 40 minutes within the hour. The main concern with this particular line is probably going to be heavy rain and also pretty frequent lightning. But as far as tornadic activity goes, there is no signs of any rotation anywhere. There is some pretty strong winds in and around the Fountain area, Alford, Mariana, Greenwood, and also Malone, where winds are easily reaching over 40 to 50 miles per hour sustained, with gusts probably higher than that. So that is why they have issued that special marine statement. Considering this line is coming off the Gulf of Mexico, it is possible we could see a couple of rotating clouds that could either make a water spout or a tornado. That's why they have gone ahead and issued it. Just keep an eye out on it. Obviously, I'll be on here to walk you through it, but the main concern within this particular cell is probably going to be the heavy lightning and also, heavy rain and frequent lightning. But as far as tornadic activity goes, we should be okay as of right now. The key word in that sentence is as for now. Things can change very, very fast when it comes to weather. For everybody out there that is currently watching and has been around for a while and has lived in either Georgia, Florida, or the Carolinas, you know that the weather can change with a snap. It can change that fast. So that's why it is so crucial that you are prepared for tonight. Even though this is not the best chance for severe weather, this is nothing like what we saw with the Mayfield tornado, for those of you who know about that. But it is obviously more than just, the ordinary that we would typically see. So with that being said, you always need to have a plan in place. You really always need to have a plan in place, whether it's, severe weather, tropical weather, any weather at all. Please be sure that once again your phone or your computer or your mobile device is plugged in at this moment that you're currently watching the stream on. And please make sure that you have a way to get a warning. God forbid there is a warning issued for your particular location as we head over the course of tonight. Make sure that I'm not forgetting anything on my phone here. What do they post on Facebook? My partner Will posted the tornado watch that is in portions of the Low Country in South Carolina until 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. A couple of tornadoes are possible. Isolated hail up to quarter size possible, and scattered wind gusts upwards of 75 mile per hour are possible. There is approximately 1,130,772 people in this warning. You know what? Let me stop reading it off my phone. Let me just show it to you on the stream. What notification did I get here? Ah, there we go. Already snowing in Mississippi there, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Already snowing there in the good old state, Mississippi. Facebook, here we go. NWS St. Louis, dry weather is expected through Wednesday before another storm system brings a chance of snow. So this is our one and only tornado watch that is currently up. Once again, this does include Statesboro, Hinesville, Savannah, Beaufort, Waycross, and Douglas, and this goes until 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. A couple of tornadoes are possible. Isolated hail up to quarter size possible, and we could be seeing scattered wind gusts of 75 miles per hour. And within this, there's about 1,130,000 people, 772. Did I say that wrong? 1,130,772 people, about 305 schools, and about 30 hospitals or medical centers. Let's go ahead and take a look and see on this line if there's any sort of rotation. Thankfully, there is no signs of rotation, which I'm very, very happy about. There was a couple of tornado warnings earlier today across the panhandle of Georgia and into Alabama and also Georgia, but thankfully right now there is no signs of any rotation, which is very, very good. Anywhere we see these little rain storm icons, that is where we are getting reports of rain. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these and see how much rain we're seeing. This one is just to the northwest of the Augusta area in Georgia. Rain report, this was at 6:14 p.m. Eastern Daylight. Okay. Here's one. Here's two of them that are just west of Columbia in South Carolina. This was at 5:51 p.m. Eastern Daylight. So probably some heavy rain there. Let's go ahead and switch over to the different radar here and see how the rain is holding up here. So as you can see here, multiple different bands of rain going all the way from Georgia through South Carolina down towards Charleston, and it is just about to hit the coastline of South Carolina there in Myrtle Beach. Here's a report that is just now to the east, the northeast of Columbia, right near the Dentsville area. This is at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight. And right near the Newberry area, northwest of Columbia, South Carolina, this was at 6:09 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time as well. Kind of want to see actually how much rain I'm going to be seeing. Because, let's see here. Ooh, it is close. It is very, very close. Is it raining outside right now? It is not. It is about to, though. It is getting very, very close. And once again, if you're brand new to the channel, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 450 subscribers by June 1st of this year. So once again, if you're brand new to the channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Please be sure to share this out with all your friends and family members so they know exactly what is going to be happening over the course of tonight. And most importantly, please be sure to like the stream so that way you can help me get this live stream out to others on YouTube so that way they know exactly what is going to be happening over the course of tonight. I really do appreciate all the support. And also, I'm excited to mention that this upcoming Tuesday, I'll be starting my internship at ABC 15 News in Columbia, South Carolina with my amazing mentor, Chief Meteorologist Ed Piotrowski of WPDE. It's going to be an absolutely incredible opportunity, and I will be doing a lot of green screen videos there. So a lot of great stuff you definitely do not want to miss. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit that notification bell on and turn it to all so that way you always get notified whenever I either post a video or I'm going live just like I am right now. Get myself a little bit more comfortable here. Let's go ahead and check back on that cell that is currently a tornado watched storm at the moment, or I should say has a tornado watch with it at the moment. Better rephrasing. And tomorrow, unfortunately, I will be going back to school. My winter break has come to an end, unfortunately. Madison, if you're still watching on here, you're probably just as upset as I am that we have to go back to school tomorrow. I am not a morning person at all. I prefer to get up at 10:30 or 11 o'clock, and tomorrow morning I will be having to wake up at 6:45, so I will not be a very happy camper. Mom, if you're watching, sorry if I give you a hard time, but I will not be a happy camper. I know a lot of kids my age like to get up close to 10 or 11 o'clock, and tomorrow is going to be a very rough morning considering it is our first day back to school within 2 weeks, and it is our first day at school in 2022. So, Augusta, you are currently getting very, very, very heavy rain. It looks like the worst of the action now is just to the south of you, approximately about 30 or 40 miles to the south of you. And as far as tornadic activity goes, still thankfully seeing no signs of any rotation, which is very, very good. Madison, I just saw your comment. LMAO, yes, pretty upset. I feel you, girl. I feel you. I feel you. And once again, if any of you that are watching have any questions, comments, or concerns for me, please feel free to leave those down in the live chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer those. The main reason why I do go live on here is so that way viewers can get on here and ask me questions without having to wait for a response. In case like you email me, it may take a little longer, but if you just ask them now, I can just answer it right now. Savannah, Georgia reached 83 degrees today. Holy moly. Wow. 83 degrees on January 2nd in Savannah, Georgia. Wow. That is impressive. To Sean Gaming Boy and Weather Channel, I live in Sumter. Okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at Sumter. So I think it's already a given that you know you're probably going to be seeing extremely heavy rain tonight. Sumter, if my radar wants to load, you are right there, and you are currently in this huge batch of heavy rain. Is my mom home? Yes, she is. Thank God she's home. She was in New York and coming home, so I'm glad she got home safely. But going back to what I was saying, Sumter, you need to be on high alert tonight because this band could come through your area tonight. I really feel like it's gonna go right in this direction right there. So it may either impact you directly or it may go just to the south of you. But regardless, you still need to be on high alert. Special weather statement has been issued for Hazelhurst, Georgia, Broxton, Georgia, and also, um, let's see, Satilla, Georgia, until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight. Where the temperature's so high this year due to global warming or something else. It really had nothing to do with global warming. It really is just depending. It really just depends on the way that the jet stream pattern is, and also if there's areas of high pressure. I'll try and do a quick example of that. So, for example, you have areas of low pressure that come down from Canada, and they always rotate counterclockwise. And then you have areas of high pressure that are below the jet stream pattern, and they are rotating clockwise. And the jet stream pattern, for those of you who don't know, is a constant moving current of air that drives all the weather we get here in the United States, whether it's hurricanes, snow, clouds, rain, tornadoes, anything. It always drives everything. So, for example, when we get a jet stream pattern dip that comes down here, you get the area of low pressure that comes down here, and that brings all the cold air. So let me do a quick drawing of this. Let's say you have an area of low pressure that is over here, and obviously you can tell that it's creating a major dip in the jet stream pattern with that counterclockwise flow. You're going to be seeing a massive dip in the jet stream pattern all across the western tier, and not only is that going to create a cold front with moisture coming northeast from the Gulf of Mexico, but that's also going to bring in a lot of cold and polar air down from Canada. So to answer your question, Madison, it has really nothing to do with global warming. It just really has to do with the fact of where the different areas of high pressure are and low pressure are. Because if we can get a good area of high pressure that's going to be over the, that's an L, that's over the southeast. That's going to be drawing in a lot of warm and moist air from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to be leading to much warmer temperatures in the afternoon. So it all just has to do with where the different pressure systems are and where the jet stream pattern is currently in. Special weather statement has now been issued for Tiffin, Georgia, Fitzgerald, Georgia, and also Sylvester, Georgia, until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Maddie Thompson just commented Memphis. Okay. Would you like me to look in Memphis? Is that what you're asking me to do? Let me know if that's what you're asking me to do here. Let's go ahead and take a look now here at the line that is currently in that tornado watch and see how it's doing here. Still, I mean, just very, very, very heavy rain. I mean, this whole entire line that I'm currently drawing here from Waynesboro south towards Swainsboro and then all the way down to Fitzgerald. I mean, this line is just an absolute powerhouse. Weather in Memphis tonight. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. Once my radar wants to load sooner than later, please. Turn off these reports. Good old Memphis, Tennessee here. So Memphis, you are currently in the clear as of... Jeez Louise, you scared me. Hey, Mom. So as I was saying, Memphis, you are currently in the clear. As of right now, you do have a band of rain that is currently impacting Lexington and also Savannah. That is east of you, but let me pull back up the model here. Come on. And now we wait for technology to do its best. Please stop commenting these inappropriate links in the chat. I keep removing them. Please do not keep commenting them. The storm survey, NWS Louisville alert. The storm survey team in Marion County has found preliminary EF1 damage with estimated winds of 100 miles per hour east of Lebanon, Kentucky. Oh, geez. Alrighty, so as far as Memphis, Tennessee goes, you are right here. You are in the clear for tonight. Look at that. Nothing is going to be coming to your area. Everything is now out of your area. You were seeing that earlier today, but everything is now east of you. So you are in the clear for today. Madison Harris, they got snow earlier today. Yes, I know they did. Yeah. New mesoscale discussion from Jason Berger. Let's go ahead and see here. It says no mesoscale in discussion at the moment. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on a second, I gotta go. My cat just got out. I'm going ahead and mute my mic. I will be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I do apologize about that. My cat did get out, so I had to go help my mom and my brother bring that back. Okay. Tornado risk continues across portions of South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida this evening. Absolutely right. Alrighty. Jason, let me know how I can see that new mesoscale discussion, because it is saying here there is no current mesoscale discussions in effect right now. Come on. I don't know when these are for. I don't want them to be inaccurate. And once again, if you're brand new to the channel and you haven't already hit that subscribe button, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and also be sure to click that like button if you are enjoying the content. I am currently trying to hit 450 subscribers by June 1st of this year, so I would greatly appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, it would mean a lot to me. And also, if you're just now joining the stream, we are currently going over the live severe threat as we head overnight tonight. This does include portions of Georgia, Florida, and also the Carolinas. Try refreshing the page. A crash just swerved and flipped in front of me. Oh my gosh, we almost got hit. People need to drive safe in this rain and make that a note. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. Wow. Crashed, swerved, and flipped. Oh my goodness. Madison, I hope you're okay. Wow. Try refreshing the page. Let me see here. Why'd you quote cat? car. It crashed just where people. Yeah, I don't. Let me try and refreshing this page. Right here, there we go. Alrighty, here's our current mesoscale discussion. Isolate, let me zoom in a little bit here. Alrighty. Isolated stronger storms will continue to pose local risk for damaging winds of possibly a tornado or two this evening. Let's see here. Along this boundary, a broken band of locally vigorous storms continues moving northeastward at around 30 miles per hour. Several small blowing structures are observed, but at this point, storms continue to remain severe. And with that being said, my dad braked in time. Thanks. Okay, I'm glad that you're okay. Alrighty, and with that being said, the vigorous mid-level system continues crossing middle and lower portions of the Mississippi Valley region, with the primary band ascent traversing the central Gulf Coast states, Tennessee Valley region. With the feature gradually assuming neutral or even slight negative tilt overnight surface, cyclogenesis, I'm probably saying that wrong, is expected over the central Georgia vicinity, eventually shifting to South Carolina. In response, some backing of the low-level flow is expected, along with maintenance and some northward shift of the moist boundary layer suggests that the severe risk will continue or possibly increase slightly later this evening into the overnight hours. Alrighty. Just got a brand new comment in Panama City Beach, Florida. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Panama City. Last time I checked, you were directly in that line of storms that I was just looking at. I feel like this radar isn't accurate because I feel like either these line of storms are just not moving fast enough or fast in general, or nope. Okay, this radar is up to date. Let's go ahead and take a look at here on GR Analyst. And obviously, all these areas are in that slight risk for severe weather overnight tonight. Panama City Beach. You are just now getting out of this thunderstorm. You have been in it for a while, but you're just now getting out of it. A really cool thing that I can do with this brand new radar is actually go ahead and take a look at the 3D look at this system. It is just so cool to look at this. I can never look at this enough. So it looks like the clouds right now are topping out at about 40,000 feet. And we can actually see if there is any sort of rotation there. Let's see here if we see any sort of funnel clouds. Nope, no funnel clouds, which is definitely a good thing. That is cool. Yeah, I know it is. I just got this for Christmas, so I'm still getting used to it, but it is. I love it. This is one of the most advanced radar programs that is known to man, actually. Let's see here on this one. So Panama City Beach, you are right there, and it looks like by the look of things, let me see where the heaviest of rain is. Probably about, I would say, right there. Let's position it a little bit better here. Probably about right there. So I think these storm clouds are going up about 40,000 feet, and Panama City, you are just now on the edge of the, I think the worst of it is now in front of you, and you are just now going to have to deal with like this last leading rain band, and then you should be okay. And here is the radar in motion. This one, this current cell near Tifton is producing quite a bit of lightning, and it almost looks like it was producing some hail at some point too. Where's the nearest radar site? Let's try and take a look at this one here. And this is now has a special weather statement. It says a strong thunderstorm will impact portions. We just got a brand new radar scan. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of Irwin, northwestern Berean, southern Turner, Twift, south central Ben Hill, and southeastern Worth counties through 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight. At 6:47 p.m. Eastern Daylight, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm near Pullen or near Sylvester, moving east at 45 miles an hour, winds easily in excess of 40 miles per hour or higher. Let's go ahead and take a look, see if there's any sort of hail, because I definitely think there is a hail signature on this. You are more than welcome. Let me know if you have any other questions. So this is the cell that is currently warned at this moment. Anywhere where you see this kind of like whitish pinkish, that is where we possibly have some hail signature. And for those of you who are weather enthusiasts and know how to use radar scope, there's also another radar that we use, and it is called the hydrometer classification, and it shows us the different types of precipitation. So anywhere where you see that kind of, I guess you could say, Christmas green, if you want to say the least, that is where we have heavy rain. And then also where that where like that lighter red is, that is a mix of rain and hail. So if you pull this up right here, let me see here. This is where our hail possibly is. So I don't think there's going to be any hail with this particular system as of right now, because we can't really confirm it unless we see an actual hail signature on the hydrometer classification. Regardless of whether or not there's a hail signature, this is still a very strong supercell, and you need to be aware of it right now. You cannot be outside. There's a lot of lighting with this particular cell, and it's very, very dangerous. And along with that, we do have a couple of strong wind gusts on this front side of this. We do have winds in excess of 20, around 30 miles per hour. Not the strongest storm, but there is still a couple of damaging wind gusts that maybe could move some things outside. Ooh, is this an area of rotation right there? Hold the phone. Nope, never mind. Oh, but look at this. Whoa. Let's see here. Wow. Oh my goodness. This, ladies and gentlemen, is an extremely powerful supercell. This is a straight line wind event right here. This line right here from Lumber City down to Jacksonville. This is a straight line wind event. You can easily see that change in wind direction. You've got winds on this front side blowing back in this direction, and then on the back side in this red, you've got winds blowing back in that direction right there. So right where that green is meeting the red, that is where we have the change in wind direction. And as far as how high these or how strong the winds are, in the green we're probably blowing at around 20 to 30 miles per hour, and on the red, not very strong, honestly. I'm honestly very, very happy that we're not really seeing any sort of extremely severe storms. We only have really one different area that we're watching, and that was that special marine statement, or that the supercell that currently has a special weather statement in it. But other than that, we are okay as far as the severe threat goes, which is incredible. I'm so, so happy. I thought that this was going to be a much more active night considering how the last month or so has been with weather. I am extremely, extremely happy that the severe level right now is not very high. I mean, it looks like it's high, but when you really look in depth of how the storms are really performing right now, it could be way, way worse. And once again, this is not just going to be a couple of an hour event. This is going to be an all-night event into tomorrow morning, especially if you live in northeastern South Carolina and also getting into portions of North Carolina. New flood advisory in Georgia until 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight. Thank you, Jason. Let's go ahead and take a look at my area. Go ahead and put on my new phone case that I just got for Christmas. Any of y'all Atlanta Braves fans? They won the World Series. Oh. Heck yeah. That looks so cool. I love it. Where exactly is Carolina Forest? It's gotta be like right here. See if I can see my road. That's River Oaks Drive right there. No, it's not. That's not River Oaks. There's the intercoastal. Oh, here's River Oaks Drive right here. Here we go. Yep, there is my road right here. Alrighty, I have now been live for an hour and 15 minutes almost. See if I've gotten anything new on my phone here. Thankfully, no new advisories at this moment in time. I put this full screen right there. Anybody have any questions that I can answer for you? I'll be more than happy to answer any questions y'all might have. That's what I'm here for. The lightning with this particular system is just insane. I'll check the radar to see how my area is doing here. This felt case is awesome. Looks like my strongest thunderstorms is going to come at about 11 o'clock, and then looks like it may get even heavier through midnight. Oopsies. Alrighty, so I think that's about all I'm going to say. If, God forbid, we do get any more warnings, I'll go ahead and retweet those on my Twitter page. In case you're not following me on my Twitter page, go ahead and go in the description of this live stream. I have listed all the links to my website, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Facebook, and also my Discord server. Be sure to join my Discord server if you haven't already. Once again, if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and also be sure to click that like button if you are enjoying the content. I will try and post a brand new video tomorrow if I can, for the rest of the week. Forecast for the rest of the week, I should say. But other than that, just keep an eye out, especially if you live in Georgia, on all these systems right here, or all these cells right here. These will eventually be working into South Carolina within the next couple of hours or so. Please be sure you have all your emergency alerts turned on your phone. Make sure that you have ways to get warnings and everything else like that. It is very, very important, especially on nights like these. And I cannot stress this enough. If you are in a tornado warning, do not, I repeat, do not try and go outside and confirm it. The only way you can see it is if it's accompanied by frequent lightning in the distance. You need to be in your shelter, sheltered in place until either your local authorities or your local news station or meteorologist tells you it is safe to get out. Okay? I'll give you. It's currently 7:13. I'm gonna give y'all till 7:16 to ask me any more questions you might have, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up tonight's live event. Another 1 to 2 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. If you have any questions or concerns at all, just let me know. All this rain right here is gonna be heading right for Carolina Forest and Conway within the next, I would say, half an hour to an hour. So if you live in Carolina Forest or Conway or Longs, be ready because this is heading for your area within the next, I would say, 45 minutes to an hour, if not sooner than that. Excuse me. Alrighty, 1 more minute, and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream. Do you like rain? Here's the thing, Madison. I like rain because it's more than sun. Honestly, I would like it more though if there was lightning and thunder. I prefer, depends on the day. If it's nice out and it's, not too warm but not too cold and it's sunny, I'll take that any day, but I would like a good thunderstorm with a good bit of lightning and thunder, honestly. It's been a while since we had a good thunderstorm, so hope that answers your question. Anything else? Alright, it is now 7:16. I don't see any more comments. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight on my live update for tonight's Sphere Threat. Once again, if you're brand new to the channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and also be sure to click that like button if you are enjoying the content. Please be sure to visit my website at www.liamsweather.org for more details and forecasts and updates. I don't know if I have told you all this, but I'm going on my first cruise this upcoming April for 5 days. My amazing partner Will has offered to get on my website updated daily and also post videos on there. So don't worry about not having the forecast. You will have the forecast. Just because I'm not doing it doesn't mean you will not have it. Will is just as good of a weatherman as I am, and I fully trust him, and he's going to do a great job. So please be sure to stay tuned in for all details. Alrighty. So that is going to be it for tonight's live stream. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great week. And for those of you who are going back to school tomorrow, have a great day. First day back.